the portrait on this video would actually think that this is the picture of the infrastructure of Zimbabwe. Maybe that was done by the Ian Smith regime. No, this is not the fact. This is not the infrastructure that was done during the Ian Smith regime. This is the infrastructure that was done when Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa was taking over the SADC heads of state leadership. And Fadzai Mahere has been actually at loggerheads with the ZANU PF government. She has written a lot. I will try to actually go through it, especially when the story, when actually I'm seeing a lot of information, in fact, on her profile. She has been actually doing a brilliant job, especially on X, holding ZANU officials to account. Greetings and welcome on your lovely channel, the Hlonipani Global News. If you are watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. So she tagged Nick Mangwana, who is the government spokesperson, and she writes, "Good day at Nick Mangwana. This is not a story about palm trees. It's a story about poor planning. It's a story about wasted public funds. It's a story about not grasping the extent of the water crisis. It's a story about corrupt public tenders. It's a story about prioritizing optics over delivery. It's a story about incompetence. It's a story about their failure to understand that this is a drought year. It's a story about short-sightedness. It's a story about listening to citizens' feedback. It's a story about death, good governance. We need new leaders. I want to show you the pictures that she actually shared. Look at this picture. These were palm trees that were actually planted during the event of the SADC that saw Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa becoming the chairperson of SADC. Because I'm showing you some pictures, I'll just switch off my camera light. Look at the state of the palm trees. They have dried up. And I must tell you that these palm trees were bought. They were bought. A lot of money was actually spent by the government. But look at the state of these palm trees. They have been neglected. We've heard the Harare mayor speaking about this. Look at the state of this. We have a government that does things for a show off, that does not put in place infrastructure for the nation, but it puts infrastructure to actually save its face. Look at this. These were palm trees that were planted and most probably bought. A lot of state resources being spent on these palm trees, and now you can see the state. So, and also I see ZANU PF writing. So it will always be a blame game, especially when they are held to account. It's the page of ZANU PF, which is ZANU PF Patriots. It wrote the following: the ministry slums Harare over neglect. The Ministry of Local Government has issued a stern warning to Harare City Council over neglected roadsides and dying greenery. It's not dying, it's dead. Broken trees, unsafe roadsides, health and safety risk. Council urged to act now to restore. Now, Daniel Gawe wrote them a statement, and let me read it. I don't have to do this again. So it's a statement that was written on the 26th of September. It says, the acting town city of Harare subject appeal to focus on the city beautification and maintenance of green spaces in light of severe neglect of roadside maintenance and tree care, an urgent call for action. Now it says the above matters refers the government of Zimbabwe in 2024 hosted the SADC summit, which resulted in a huge facelift for Harare city characterized by massive infrastructure development as well as refashioning of the ambience. However, there is growing concern, great frustration, and disappointment over the blatant neglect of roadside maintenance and the poor care of trees in the city, despite the remarkable investment in the well-being and aesthetic quality of the city by the government. The lack of attention to these critical aspects of urban management has not only tarnished the image of the city, but also jeopardized the safety, health, and well-being of its residents. It is utterly unacceptable. Issues as basic and essential as maintaining clean, well-kept roadsides and preserving greenery are being ignored. For a city that prides itself on progress and community well-being, the current state of affairs, I think, is lying also in the process, Daniel Gow, is both disgraceful and disheartening. I think that's the proper statement. As much as he's pointing the fingers at the Harare City Council, some of the fingers should actually be pointed at him. He says the problems are glaringly obvious and cannot be overlooked any longer. Neglected trees and greenery, trees that were planted to enhance the beauty of the city and provide environmental benefit, are now dying. They are not dying, they are dead. You Gawe, to neglect broken branches, untrimmed canopies, and lack of watering have turned once thriving green spaces into lifeless, unsightly patches. This disregard for greenery is a betrayal of the city's commitment to sustainability and environmental responsibility. Now, it goes on to say unkept and unsafe roadsides. The roads are riddled with overgrown weeds and debris, creating an eyesore for residents and visitors alike. These conditions not only diminish the aesthetic appeal of the city, but also pose serious health hazard. The overgrown of shrubs obstruct visibility for drivers and pedestrians, increasing the risk of accidents. Impact on residents and the environment. The neglect of roadsides and trees directly impact the quality of life for citizens. It reduces air quality, increases urban heat, and creates an unhospitable environment for pedestrians. Furthermore, the failure to maintain greenery diminishes the city's role in combating climate change and preventing biodiversity. Your continued indifference to these issues reflects poorly on the leadership and administration of this city. The residents deserve better than the current state of decay and mismanagement. As the management of the city, it's your duty to ensure that the city is clean, safe, and livable for everyone. The ministry therefore demands immediate and decisive action to address these issues. Number one, proper care and green spaces. Implement a comprehensive plan for tree and the greenery maintenance, including regular watering, pruning, and planting. Dead or dying trees must be replaced promptly to maintain the city's green cover. Regular maintenance of roadsides. Allocate dedicated teams and resources to ensure roadsides are clean. Accountability. Now, you can't do that. Anyway, now, in Harare, we know there is a problem of water. This minister is obviously neglecting that. Yes, it's the duty of the Harare City Council. And most probably, we know that most of the resources of the City Council, Harare City Council, they are siphoned by the company of Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa. And they have taken over the waste management through that company called Pamona. They are taking a lot of resources that are supposed to be equitably channeled towards maintenance of the city of Harare to that company, and more monies are going to go to the Mnangagwa and associates companies if he is not stopped, because now they are planning to actually privatize even water. So water is a problem. It has been a problem for years, particularly in the city of Harare. It's not something that starts now. It's something that started a long time ago. It's not something that actually it has to be properly, and if it is to be addressed, it starts from the top, from the national government. Daniel Gawe is always delaying to approve budgets for the city councils in Bulawayo as well as in Harare. And you expect also this city council to function very, very well. The monetary system of the government is really crippling. And also the overall economic performance of the country also contribute to the failures of the Harare City Council. Where do you expect the Harare City Council to get money whilst residents are not empowered to do so? Now, Fadzai Mahere says, when I raise this issue, you call me toxic. Here we are. We need new leaders. And he was exchanging words with ZANU-PF. Let me look for something. And she comments about the trees. These trees are the government equivalent. And ma period abayens, only that they couldn't put them back into the display cabinet after the guests were gone. Make no mistake, these trees weren't planted for us or for the beautification in the long term. They were planted for SADC summit. Yes, it's the government. And exactly, I think she put it more proper than I could have put that that road was built because of SADC. Mnangagwa wanted to save his face and make the places where the SADC heads of states were going to pass to look good. And remember, by the way, even pedestrians were stopped to walk in those areas where the heads of states were going to pass. Vendors were actually prohibited from entering the city. There was, numerous military personnel in the streets of Harare, roaming the streets. Unfortunately, they have now, because of their failure, why, if you are a serious government, this local minister and his permanent secretary, if they were really a serious government, why noticing these trees when they have dried up? Why didn't maybe after 3 days raise the issue? Guys, please, the national government has done this road, put this infrastructure, make sure that you water these trees and maintain them. We are handing over this road to you as well as the maintenance of these trees in the city. Why do you have to wait for the situation to reach this stage when people are already complaining that look what they were doing for SADC and look at the current state of affairs because of merely focusing on SADC, not the pressing issues for the people. Thank you very much for watching us. If you're watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe